G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Bloodied alien blaster with VATS criticals doing 50% more damage and 25% less VATS AP costs per shot. So it's a pretty solid VATS spamming thing here, and I think last time I went with fire rate on this thing, which is kind of stupid because it fires basically as fast as you can pull the trigger, so that one was wasted. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more punch out of this. Post the Invaders from Beyond update, this thing does have more modifications. You can equip a Cryo magazine, which adds a little bit of cryo damage, or a Poison magazine, which gives you a little bit of poison damage, just supplemented with the energy damage there. I don't recommend using the Poison one because most things that have poison are immune to it, so don't do it. Cryo is the way to go. You shoot stuff and they start glowing in a sort of blue whitish color, so it makes them easier to see at the bare minimum. And well, we're not doing a whole lot of damage here. We're going to be improving that significantly by being in low health and acquiring and applying perks, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, 25-18, not great. And let's go ahead and chuck on some perks. So this is like a hyper mega optimized build thing here. So I've dumped everything out of intelligence, filled up endurance, perception, and a little bit more agility. Not because I needed points here, but for the derived AP that you get from the extra agility. The cap's out at 15. I'd have a lot of agility right now, actually. I'll check that out in a second, just before I go into Nerd Rage, so we can see what it's like. So this is a gunslinger class weapon, semi-auto, which means that concentrated fire is going to give us plus 20% accuracy per shot. And when you can fire this thing as fast as I can, and as fast as anyone could, it's got a fast rate of fire, so we're going to lock on to VATS targets in the head, shoot them for a bit. If the first couple miss, whatever, they're going to be very accurate after the third or fourth shot. And we've got enough room for Bloody Mess here, Grim Reaper Sprint. We have a little bit of gun through here, might be wasted on a weapon with such slow projectiles, and that might bite us in the ass later on, the projectiles that is. But we'll have to see how we go. We've got Critical Savvy, better criticals for smashing out critical damage, synergizes well with the second legendary effect. And getting that every other shot will increase our chances of hitting, except it won't because they bugged out. And I've got Night Person, so I'm going to wait until night. I get extra perception. Derived VATS accuracy, baby. Grenadier is there for no reason. Got Glow Sight, and Crack Shot is... none of this is that great, but Tank Killer is going to be useful here. All of these perception things are just sort of filled out here, so there's no reason why I can't run rifles with this character. There's no reason why I shouldn't, right? They're better than pistols. But, there we go. There's some legendary perks in here as well. I have Far Flung. Probably shouldn't do that because it's not that great of a perk. But a couple of points here and there. 3 in perception, 3 luck, 2 in agility, and endurance. And when we look at the alien blaster thing now, I feel like the gap between these has shrunken significantly there. I don't know. I didn't take note of the damages. That's your job. So right now I've got 26 agility. That's base with the mutations that I have. All of these are going to be suppressed, so don't worry about grounded. I'm covering grounded. It's not going to be penalizing me for damage. And that's the healing... no, the herd mentality. That's giving me the extra +2 in all special stats. Very useful. And if I go over to me alien blaster here. So right now I've got the Cryomag. You can have poison. Don't do it. Or standard, which will actually give you more energy damage, but less in the way of supplementary cryo damage. Now, depending on how damage resistance is calculated and what it does, this might be the lesser of damage options, but I'm going to use it because it's new and exciting, right? Okay, we have achieved Nerd Rage by absorbing some of the local radiation. We've got 36 luck now, that'll do. 41 agility, 470 action points, so probably going to get a lot of shots out of this bad boy. No, this terrible boy, it's not going to be good, don't get that wrong. But we might be okay with it. We'll struggle over range, obviously, doing 81 and 58, which, if we compare that to a plasma grenade, is much less. Hold on. Time for the comparisons part. So the Gauss Pistol, it's got Bloodied and also Lucky on it. It's 463 versus that. The Recon Pipe Revolver, Bloodied with bullets exploding for area damage, 231. The exploding bullets will add a little bit more to that. This is also explosive and Bloodied, and it does more damage than the Pipe Revolver, but it's a single action revolver, so it sucks. We've got this one, which is currently modded to a powerful automatic. I can't actually make it... I can make it hard and receive without any gun nut ranks. Well, that's bizarre. Well, that gives me 98 damage, and it looks like this thing is out damaging the 10 mil. It's going to have a higher rate of fire. The DPS potentially is going to be pretty good. I think it's hard though, because you'll actually get the proper suppress benefits out of this. This thing is just silent, no suppressor, obviously. But this thing's got hit scan projectiles, this one doesn't, so it's hard to figure out which one is better. Although the range and accuracy are slightly higher on the alien blaster here, so, you know, something to consider. Righto, welcome to the Butt Scratcher Factory, and we're out here on a evening. We should be getting the effects from the extra perception and intelligence. Intelligence I'm not worried about, but 40 perception, I can smell their breaths from here, baby, and it smells like death. So these are only little babby super mutants, so I feel like we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Even if the crits aren't guaranteed hits, that was a nice gun through streak. Yeah, even if the crits aren't guaranteed, concentrated fire is going to make it that way, which is good. Old mate there in his little bone hut. Don't take that one out of context. He's got little bone chimes, alright? They can't even do it anyway, they're super mutants. Anyway, so cleaning up this, these guys pretty easily. We're not at super long ranges, so this is kind of ideal. We'll have problems with range a bit later on, but for now I think we'll be just fine. I should mention that all of my... didn't mean to shoot there. That all of my armor bits are unyielding and AP refresh, so although I might be smashing through my AP very, very quickly here, I can get it back very fast indeed. And let's go to third person here. If I don't have to sneak, I'm going to be very surprised. I can't believe I went with fire rate last time. What was I thinking? Did anyone go back... Can people go back to that video and call me an idiot for using a fire rate alien blaster? Because I deserve it, alright? And I expect you to do that right now. Do it. Call me an idiot. Receive love heart. There you go. It's roast me hour. And don't forget, tomorrow is Dobina's Fallout 76 Addict Day. And make sure you don't forget, alright? Next. Super mutants. Gotta kill them. Oh wait, no, these are little babby super mutants. Oh, I forgot to enter and exit the place like you would normally. So, we'll cut it here and then we'll go to a little bit more intense combat. Okay, we're on again, but this time we're fighting super mutant champions. Champions at dying, it would seem. Yes. The time to kill difference is... I'll be honest, it's kind of minimal because this thing has such a gigantic rate of fire. It's big, it's real big, even if I'm shooting at their arm. I need to zero in the head here. That's not it, that's the legs. I feel like we're getting colder there. Oh, do you get it? I didn't even think of that. That just came out. Anyways, yeah, doing okay. Could sneak if I wanted to, get that tiny little bit of additive bonus, but I feel like the damage here is good enough that I can run in. Now, normally I don't run characters like tanks when they're bloodied. You'll note when I went through my perks, I didn't talk about the endurance ones, but I made sure I got all of the endurance perks that just give me extra health. Like, being at 20% health at 70, it's a lot higher than what I'm usually used to as a percentage-wise. It's like, was it be normally under 50 or something? So if I get bitten by these mutant hounds, I might not die, and there you are, you little bastard, think you can get away from me. He goes for a chomp, misses, I think, and the trouble with this thing being silent is that it doesn't gather the boys to the yard. It's not a milkshake. The milkshake doesn't bring the mutants to the yard. Now, admittedly, I've been using this thing in VATS pretty much exclusively, so let's go away from that for a second. We're still at very close range, so we might be okay. And when you aim down sights with the iron sights, it's... I mean... I kind of can't see what I'm shooting at a little bit. It's definitely not like using a reflex sight, but then again, the recoil animations in this game generally throw your aim off anyway. The hip fire on this thing, I find, is decent enough to get away with it, but you can always just use third-person camera to aim, and then you won't get so obstructed, you see. And I was sneaking before, but I reckon I can take these guys without sneaking. I'm good enough. And if you are wondering, I do rate the Alien Blaster more than the Alien Disintegrator. Because in its semi-auto form, the Disintegrator fires like probably even slower than that. And automatic is only a standard fire rate, fixer fire rate. Which is just basically standard everything. And, ooh, you bastard. Think you can step up to me, mate? Yep, they can. That's why we use VATs. And also, don't play like an idiot. Back in now to wreak my horrible vengeance. And the ammo capacity on this being 30 is actually kind of a neat thing too. Gives you a lot of time before you need to reload, which means you can get some good DPS. And I specifically didn't get myself into Nerd Rage because I knew that was bound to happen. If anything's going to show you that you should use this thing in VATs 100% of the time, then let it be that clip right there, okay? Alright? Got it? Good. Now I can go back to using this thing without VATs for the rest, or with VATs for the rest of the video. I can pretend my aim's good that way. Ignore that. That didn't happen. And we've got a fat ass in here, and let's chop him up. I don't think we'll freeze him, but we did full mag dump him there and come up with the kill, so that's something. I think I'll get killed with damage over time. Oh, well. Here's my #1 advice for using this weapon. If you even think for a second that you're gonna take this into Radiation Rumble and walk out with more than 1000 XP, then you're surely mistaken, mate. Your projectiles won't get there. People will fire legacies. By the time your projectiles get there, old mate has charged up his legacy Gatling plasma, is sending an infinite explosion wall over at the ghouls. So don't do it. Just do yourself a favor. Put it away. Use something else that's hit scan. Any bullet exploding weapon will do, because they're all hit scan. And I know there are dogs around, but CBF taking them out. I got bigger fish to fry, and he's actually out for a walk today. Usually he's sleeping, but we'll go ahead and hit him up. Nice. Good time to kill. See, that's why we use VATs, damn it. I can't really give it a mark or a mark against it for its inability to be used effectively without the use of VATs, because that's basically every weapon that can use VATs. You just have to, because that's how you get so much damage, especially with rolling criticals every so often. And, alright, Milo Queen's out. Feel the power of mouse button 1, and what the hell? It's regenerating? I got staggered by sound waves? Oh, that and more. It's not on 6 o'clock news. That is some fucking atrocious rubber banding. Get out of here. Whoa. See, that VAT streak right there probably just saved my life. And I think the Milorks have chased all the crackheads over to there. I'm gonna try to snipe him. I got 2 damage numbers there somehow. Are we seeing the problem with range here? If I had a 10mm pistol, I'd be hitting that guy at least 10% of the time instead of nothing. Okay, one final test, and boy am I glad that it's nightfall and that extra perception and the sneak chance helped me because of the low light conditions, because if I get detected here, well, dents don't work like she used to, I'll tell you that much. And I can't VATS that guy, so there we go. Shot him. And we had real trouble with Scorch Beast last time I used an Alien Blaster. So this will be interesting. Because the thing is, though, that thing's going to fly basically out of range as soon as I open fire on it. And I'll get minimum damage for most of the attack. We'll see how we go. Clear out some of the trash here. And if you're going to land, that is good news. Come on, beat the regen. Not happening. No freezing. He's just sort of got that weird effect on him. Bad damage over time. Bad game design. Get rid of it. No, I'm actually quite fine with the poison crop dusting, because that's telegraphed and easy to avoid. Just don't stand in it. Simple as. I wish this... I can't fucking see, game. Fuck off. I hate Scorch Beast, man. As soon as we get mod support, I'm changing their projectiles to gamma guns. They don't blind you like these bastards do. That's a fucking pipe dream, isn't it? See you in 10 years. Nice. Not nice. Take this. 150 from back here. If I had that 10mm pistol on me, I'd switch back to that just to see. And we've almost run this thing into the ground. And we've used about 2,000-ish rounds from this, a little bit over now. Because I started off with just over 5,000. Is that how math works? No, it's about 1,000 actually. I'm an idiot. Look, it's a Friday, and I'm tired. The central processing unit isn't working at 100% efficiency at the moment. Wonder how many of those were crits that never made it. That'd be a big interruption on your crit chain, right? If it's not a guaranteed hit. Although you may have observed some of the projectiles sort of arc in the air after the Scorch Beast. Here we go. Nice. That'll do. So I think I'll call it there for the Alien Blaster. Is there a niche for it? I don't know. As far as, like, pistol damage goes, it's up there. It's up there. It's strong, but... Okay, so here's what needs to happen. We need to get another wave of this. Maybe we'll have to wait till next fucking year when they pull this event up again. But if we get beam barrels for the alien weapons, I don't know why the aliens wouldn't think of beams would be better anyway. But if we get beams for these things instead of these slow-ass blobs, slower than Tear's fucking ute... Obviously. Yeah, but if we could get these barrels replaced with more of the beam stuff, that'd be where it's at. That'll make these things actually usable and, dare I say, good. Top tier, maybe? Top tier? Go watch Tier. He's a YouTuber. And with that, thank you for watching, guys. I'm out of here. Bye!